Okay, it is February 20th. The new moon in Pisces was very early in the morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. And so now I'm going to do my new moon reading. And I thought I'd switch it up today to do a different kind of spread. And this one is, I got from Tarot Flexions at WordPress.com. She was specifically using the Marseille deck. I don't have one of those. So I'm just going to keep using my old tarot card deck from Horner Novelty. But it's a pretty cool spread. It's a 5-card spread where you use only the trumps. And I'm sure most of you who are tuning in know your tarot and you know what the trumps are, but the trumps are the major arcana, and that's the 22 cards above the numbers of all the suits, and then the court cards of all the suits. So this is what the spread will look like. And the 5th card is actually we're going to actually add the numbers of the 4 cards, and if it's over 22, then we would reduce it down, and then we'll actually find the trump that corresponds to that number, and that's the 5th card. So I've already shuffled. So I'm going to cut these are my trumps. I'm going to cut those and then lay out the 4, and then we'll figure out what the 5 is, and we'll go from there. Okay. There's my little pin here. And then I'm also going to read these all face up. I just don't want to confuse myself too much. So if you see me turning them around, that's why. Because this particular spread, I think it might just be easier for my brain to figure out if they're all face up. Okay. So the first card is supposed to signify the situation, and I'm hoping that the situation is my new moon energy for this next cycle, new moon to full moon cycle. Okay, so the devil. Okay. He's always showing up, isn't he? Okay. And then the moon. Well, how about that? The moon. And the 2 is what opposes or aids it. Aids the situation. Okay. The moon. Interesting. Here we are on the new moon. Okay. And then 3 is the Emperor, which we've gotten before. I've gotten before. You've seen me get before. The Emperor. And then number 4 is the World. Very positive card. I like that card a lot. So the World. Okay, so now we're going to do a little math. We've got 5 plus 8 is 13. So we're looking for the 13 card. And the 13, I should know this by heart, right? I don't. So bear with me. I'm going to find the 13 card. Oh! The 13 is death. Okay. So we're just going to put that old death in there in the middle. Alrighty. So let's look into this. So then another thing about this spread is as you're going through your questions, or not necessarily questions, but what the placements signify, you use the minor arcana to kind of further clarify these positions. Like if you can't quite figure out like what that might mean, then you use your minor arcana to further clarify that. Okay, so I'm going to put my trumps over here. Okay, so the situation, new moon energies, the devil. I mean, it could be, once again, You're not a slave to your bad habits. It's also, some people will say you're dabbling, with forces you don't really know. So you're playing with the devil. You're running with the devil if you're gonna keep doing these tarot readings on every new and full moon. So there's a little bit of that, I think, involved in the situation. Sure. But I feel like, to me, it's very interesting, this card that has these two people who are being bound, but they're not really bound. Look at the size of these holes on the chain. They're chain holes. They could get out of this. They're not really bound. They're not bound. And if they have any problems with the situation, they can get right out of it. So that's always one that's interested me about this card. It definitely is a card about bad habits. It is, so. Okay, there's that. And so that's the situation. And then what opposes it or aids it? Number 2, the moon. Well, that's what this is. That's what I'm doing. Or new moon readings, and full moon readings. So, subconscious too. Like, the subconscious is at work. I'm on a spiritual journey, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm headed, what forces are at work, what is helping me, what is not helping me. Number 3 is the advice card, and the 3 card was the Emperor. Okay, so originally I think I said with this card, this is kind of like the wise authoritarian card, the Emperor. So I'll have to look this up again and see, but I would think that it would mean be in control of yourself and be wise, I guess. Okay, and then the number 4 is the outcome, and that was this, and it's the World. I'm pretty sure the World is like the card of possibility, like it's the whole world. You got the whole world. You got the world, There's this, the symbolism is interesting. You got your bull, lion, eagle, angel. Isn't that like the, I want to say those represent like the fixed signs of the zodiac. Could be making stuff up there. I'll have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what those mean. But they're also like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, of the Bible. She's got a couple of wands in her hand. She's floating in a portal, it looks like. It's a pretty positive card. I've never felt bad about getting this card. Like, seems pretty good. That's the outcome. Okay, and then, but I'm going to look, further into this and some, other sources to reinforce, because, like I said, I'm learning. And then the synthesis, the one that we picked by numerology of the other 4 cards, is death. And death is the transformation card, right? It's, I don't usually feel too nervous about getting the death card, but it could be about real death. I don't think it's about my death. But it could be about my transformation, and that definitely that tracks. I mean, this is why I'm doing this. Like, I'm trying to learn something and change myself by the process of learning. So that makes sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to look up some stuff and take some notes, and then I'll come back and maybe we'll even go further into it with these pips, just because that's what the French do. Okay, so I looked up in the tarot guide. I used the tarot guide this time to look up some further meanings of these cards, and I was pretty much right on with all of them. They said that the tarot guide said that the devil can also mean obsessiveness and secretiveness, and I think that tracks. I've been shooting these for a while now, and I've really not told anybody about what I'm doing. I did just finally tell a couple of people, so I mean, they haven't seen any of it, but so it has been sort of a secret. So I think that tracks. It says, don't become overly concerned with material gain or power. So, okay. And the moon says pay attention to dreams, which is interesting because I woke up this morning and there was a fleeting dream in my head, but I didn't write it down, and I'm starting to think I'm doing that a lot, where I'm probably getting some insightful things happening in dreams, and I'm not keeping track of them, and I know it came up in a previous moon reading. So dreams, I need to pay attention to dreams, and watch out for financial gambles in a work or money question spread like this. The moon means watch out for financial gambles, and don't be unwise with your money. The emperor said the same things I said, but also it's logic over emotion, and concentration and stability and focus are going to be required of me to make my dreams a reality. And I think that fits too. I'm trying to get these readings shorter so that people will watch them while they're, on their lunch break or something, and, not have to be so long. So, and then the outcome is great. It's endless opportunities, and the universe is smiling on you. So that seems very, very auspicious. I'm liking this reading a lot. The death card as the synthesis card, it was what I thought. It's transformation. So, did I run out of time there? Okay, hold up. Looks like I ran out of space on my other phone. Hold on. Okay, finite amount of space on this stuff, so sorry about that. So, anywho, so I think I got through the meanings of all of those, and I guess I could choose some pips, minor arcana cards, just to get some clarity on some other ones. And I feel like I have a pretty good handle on the devil, but let's just pick a couple more and see what comes up. Okay, so the Four of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so how might those two cards give me more clarity on the situation of the devil? The Four of Swords is a guy, it looks like a tomb, and these four swords are hanging over his head. Do you see that? That's what it looks like. And okay, so if swords are air, swords are thoughts, words, mental processes are swords. And it looks a little foreboding. I'll have to look that up. I'm not exactly sure what the Four of Swords would mean there. Queen of Wands, that's pretty great. I mean, the Queen of the Fire action cards. I'll have to look it up, but I have a feeling, that's pretty good. It's definitely not a negative. Okay, so that was one. This is two. The Moon, the other two pips, the Ten of Swords. Well, that's like the stab in the back card, the quintessential stab in the back card. So that's interesting because I did see something on this in the explanation of the moon that said something underhanded or behind the scenes might be going on that's kind of sabotagey. So that's interesting. I don't know how that applies to me and my situation, but it might. And then Six of Cups that's the positive one of the moon. It's a great card. It's like little happy families with their little flower cups, right? That's like a childhood card. It's like a happy childhood card. It might even be like a nostalgia card. And then the two pips for the Emperor, that would be the third one, would be the King of Pentacles. Okay, so that's about money, earthly stuff, material stuff. Pentacles are earth. The King. Interesting. And then the other one is the Eight of Cups, which we've had before. I've had before. You've seen me have it before. It's that walking away card. It's that walking away card. Okay, so that's that. And then the World, the other two would be Two of Cups, which is like the meeting of minds. The meeting of minds card. So that's pretty cool. I hope I have some meeting of minds happening. And then the old Two of Swords. It's always there. It has been showing up like gangbusters. The stalemate card, the indecision card. Okay, so this is kind of like the negative aspect of, you might have the world at your feet, but you might have to make some tough decisions. And then death, I mean, why not? Let's just pick two other cards and see what they might mean. The Ace of Pentacles. That's pretty cool, right? The beginner of earthly manifestation, the beginning of it. That's for death. And then the other one, Queen of Pentacles. So wow, I got the Queen, Ace, and King of Pentacles in clarification for this read. And I mean, I don't hardly ever get those cards. So that is a pretty fascinating spread, and I'm going to turn these phones off because I know I don't have much space on either one of them, and I'm going to look into these a little bit further, and then I'll come back and give a really quick couple word readings of each of these. Okay.
So I went and looked up onto the tarot guide some more information about these pips that I chose to elaborate on the 5 cards of that French cross. So the first two were for the Devil, the Four of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And from what I read at the tarot guide, it said that the Four of Swords represents anxiety, needing to relax, meditation. I have been meditating. I meditated last night for Shiva Ratri. Kind of dabble in Hinduism. It's probably going to irritate a lot of people. Cultural appropriation and everything. I'm not trying to do that. I'm genuinely am interested in Hinduism. Not trying to just nab things, but I know it might look like that.
certainly don't mean any disrespect. But anyway, I have been meditating. And then the other card was the Queen of Wands. And it says abundant energy, multitasking, and a person with a lot of balls in the air. So I think that's pretty much like how I feel right now. Got a lot of balls in the air. So I think that's pretty accurate for the situation, which was the devil. So then the second card was the moon, and the two cards for that were the Ten of Swords. And I saw that this one meant it is backstabbing, beware of people who might be talking bad about you behind your back. But it also might be needing to be careful in financial dealings, which I'm pretty sure that's what I read about the moon. Like a deeper insight into the moon card is like risky financial dealings. So that's kind of what I take to mean there. The Six of Cups, though, is a really positive card. It can also mean creativity, sharing, and goodwill, and it's good for team projects. So that seems pretty positive on the moon side. Okay, and then for the third card was the Emperor, and the two pips were the King of Pentacles. And that is pretty good. Enterprising, resourceful, and principled. So that's great. And then the Eight of Cups, which is that walking away card, can also mean self-analysis, self-discovery, and also watching your money. So I think that's fascinating. Like that now 3 times things have come up that's been like, watch your money. Okay, so, all right, and then, where are we? Oh, the fourth card, the World. The other two cards were the Two of Cups, which is a good omen for partnerships, which is what we also had with the Six of Cups. Yeah. So a good omen for partnerships, that's good. And then the other one was the Two of Swords, and that one can also mean, other than stalemate like before, it can also mean how much are you unwilling to see the truth? So that's something I need to consider. And then just reiterated, don't avoid things. So it's good to know. And then the Death card pips were the Ace of Pentacles, which is just overwhelmingly positive. That's what they said. It's you're ready to make your dreams a reality, is what they said about this card. And the Queen of Pentacles, which also was great. And that's why when I said, oh, I got the Ace, the Queen, and the King of Pentacles, yeah, it's good. This is good reading. So the Queen is prosperity, success, and financial independence. So I'm not going to take any of these, hey, watch your money cards, other than just in a positive way. Like, hey, watch your money, like you got to watch it. You can't be an asshole and you spend it without thinking about it, like. So I think it's great. This is pretty good new moon reading. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And we'll see what's going on in the full moon here in March. So this was the new moon in February. This is the start of Pisces season, and the moon's in Pisces. So it's very creative and dreamy and empathic vibes that seem to be going on. So
all good here. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.